A lot of you were probably here when I built a loft bed for my girls' bedroom. Of course, when my two boys saw me building a loft bed for my two girls, they wanted one in their room too. I can't even count the amount of projects these heart tools have seen me through, but here we go again with another big project. So basically, I built out 2 frames for twin-size beds with 2x4s. Then I secured the frames to the studs in the walls. I also added lag bolts for more safety. I decided to build out a shared ladder in between the 2 beds. Only adding one shared ladder allows for more space in the rest of the room. I built out the structure for the ladder and I also secured it to the subfloor. Then I added support pieces in between the beds and joist hangers. When I built my girls' loft bed, I felt very intimidated. But over the years of doing hard projects, I've realized I'm much more capable than I ever thought I was. So now I have the main structure built for these loft beds, and I can't wait to add more fun things to it. If I'm being completely honest, this is not turning out exactly how I had envisioned it, but I think it's going to be even better. Underneath the 2 loft beds, I decided to add a shared desk. Originally, I had planned to make 2 desks on either side, but then I realized my boys aren't really in a stage of using desks all the time, so I think I'll just add some beanbags and shelves for books. I also added wood onto the sides of the beds for safety. Then there was lots of filling and sanding and caulking. One of the last videos I shared went viral because I was painting over carpet with no drop cloth. This is completely normal for me, and yes, I do get paint on the carpet on occasion, but really I'm a lot less messy when I don't use a drop cloth. After painting, I added these really fun ladder rungs. The opening at the top of the ladder was a little small, so I decided to cut out some rounded corners, and I love how it turned out. I decided to stain the desk and the wood pieces on the sides of the bed frames. I think this gives a really fun contrast to the dark paint. I added 1/2-inch plywood to the top of the bed frames and secured it to the 2x4s. Of course, I'm not going to keep this back wall the same, so I started adding shiplap, and I also had an electrician come and wire some lighting for up here. I added shiplap to the top and the bottom of the loft bed. Because I'm painting them dark, I decided to paint in between the shiplap pieces as I installed them to make painting easier. I spent a lot of time putting shiplap up, and I also added wood to the underside of the loft beds. Last week, I even had an electrician come and put some wiring in for lighting, and I think it makes a huge impact. I also stained the wood on the underside of the loft beds to match the rest of the wood. I added some finishing trim pieces, and then I painted the sidewalls white. After the sidewalls are painted, then I started painting all the shiplap. The color I'm using is Iron Ore by Sherwin-Williams. It's the same color that I used on my boy's secret door as well. Going from white to dark took multiple coats of paint, but I love this dark color, and so do my boys. I also had to extend the outlets to be flush with the shiplap. Then I added all the fun new lights. We've been in this house for almost 6 years, and somehow I still have lights like this to switch out. After adding the beds, I decided to add this netting for safety, the before, and here is the after. The end result of these projects take me by surprise every single time. There's something so satisfying about seeing my vision come to life. What's even better is seeing how much my boys love it. All the little details and also the function of this space makes me so happy. This is the most popular room in our house right now, and I will be sitting here admiring it for a long time. I hope this becomes a core memory for my kids. So try picking up a power tool and see what you can do.